Jasmine had played with fire for too long. And Kirk? He got caught right in the middle. The footage wasn't fuzzy. It wasn't hearsay. It was a full-blown recording of Jasmine and Kirk in a hotel room doing things that no married man should be doing with his ex-mistress. But what shocked fans even more was that Rasheeda leaked it herself. She sent it directly to cast members and let the internet do the rest. Within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, and fan blogs exploded. Rasheeda's Expose Kirk was trending globally. And when Jasmine got confronted on set with cameras rolling, she broke. What really happened behind the scenes? Why did Rasheeda reach her limit? And how did this one leak change everything for Kirk, Jasmine, and the entire love and hip-hop legacy? Let's take it from the top. ... Rasheeda hadn't slept in 2 nights. Not really. She laid there, eyes open, staring at the ceiling fan as it spun slowly, mocking the chaos in her mind. The message had come at 3:07 a.m. A private number, no contact saved. The only thing in the message is a 47-second video file labeled simply, Truth, Move. At first, she thought it was spam, maybe even one of those weird scam texts, but curiosity got the better of her. She opened the file, and the moment she did, her entire body went cold. There was Kirk, shirtless, sitting on the edge of a hotel bed. And there was Jasmine standing in front of him in a robe, her hair wrapped in a towel, laughing like she didn't just destroy a family on national television a few seasons ago. The intimacy in the air was unmistakable. The smirk on Kirk's face, the way Jasmine leaned into him like she never left. And then the line that broke Rasheeda's soul in half. You still taste like I remember. She paused the video. Played it again. You still taste like I remember. It wasn't just disrespect. It was a declaration. He didn't care anymore. Or maybe he never did. Rasheeda didn't scream, didn't throw her phone. Instead, she stood up from her bed, walked calmly to the mirror, and stared at her reflection. The same woman who forgave, who rebuilt, who stood by him even when the world called her a fool. She was tired, and she was done the next morning. She showed up to set early. No glam team, no stylist, just sweats, shades, and purpose. She walked straight to the production tent. I want to film today, she said coldly. Make sure Jasmine is there. Don't tell her why. The producers were stunned. Rasheeda didn't do unplanned scenes, but the fire in her tone, unmistakable. They nodded and cleared the afternoon schedule. 3 hours later, Jasmine arrived. Full glam, smiling, unbothered. She had no idea what was coming. Her outfit was tight, her attitude tighter. She even posted a story captioned, "She mad again, LOL, get over it." When Rasheeda walked on set, the tension shifted instantly. Something was different. She wasn't yelling, wasn't emotional. She looked focused like a woman with a mission. Jasmine raised an eyebrow, confused but intrigued. Then Rasheeda pulled out her phone. Dot tapped. Playdot held it up. Kirk's voice echoed in the studio. You still taste like I remember. Jasmine's smile evaporated. Her eyes darted between Rasheeda and the phone, then to the camera crew who were already rolling. What is this? Jasmine asked, voice shaky. You tell me, Rasheeda replied. You starred in it. Face dropped. She reached for the phone, but Rasheeda stepped back. Nah, you don't get to hide this. You recorded it. You wanted to keep it for leverage, right? So let's give it the stage it deserves. At that exact moment, Rasheeda did the unthinkable. She airdropped the video to every crew member on set. Phones buzzed. Gasps filled the air. Producers scrambled to shut things down, but it was too late. A junior PA accidentally mirrored the video onto the main production monitor. It played across the entire set, loud, high definition, undeniable. Jasmine froze. Her eyes welled up. Who sent this to you? She whispered. Don't worry about that, Rasheeda snapped. Worry about why you're back in my husband's bed. People in the background murmured. Wait, this ain't old? Nah, that's the same hair she had last month. Oh, *T. This is new. Within minutes, fan pages picked it up. Someone on set leaked a snippet to Twitter, went crazy. For Kirk exposed, Rasheed. A snaps, jerk Jasmine again. This changes everything. Jasmine backed up, shaking. I didn't mean for this. Oh, but you did. Rasheeda cut her off. You wanted this, you played it smart, recorded it just in case insurance, but baby you left it in the wrong inbox. Jasmine looked like she was going to collapse. I thought, we were done with this, she shouted. You forgave him. Why are you coming at me? Because you're not innocent, Rasheeda barked. You didn't just happen to end up in a hotel with him. You went back because you wanted to win. You don't love him. You just hate losing. Jasmine was silent. And in that silence, Rasheeda walked away. No drink throwing, no dragging. Power. The internet went into overdrive. Twitter threads were built. TikTok edits hit 1 million views in under an hour. YouTubers were already recording breakdowns of the timeline. Fan accounts zoomed in on the hotel decor trying to date the video. One fan even posted, Rasheeda didn't just drop receipts, she started a war. And it was just getting started. Jasmine didn't show up the next day. No texts, no calls, nothing. Production tried to reach her, but her phone went straight to voicemail. Rumor had it she'd gone off the grid completely, hiding out in a friend's apartment somewhere deep in East Point. Some even said she had a full-blown panic attack after the set confrontation. One thing was clear. Jasmine was in crisis mode. But Rasheeda, she was calm. It's calm. She spent that morning at Pressed, her boutique, sipping green juice and scrolling through the thousands of DMs, tweets, and tags she'd received overnight. The support was overwhelming. Women were reposting her clip with captions like, "That's how you take back your power. She dropped that video like a boss." Jasmine thought she was slick. Rasheeda reminded her who runs Atlanta. Even celebrities chimed in. Tammy Rivera reposted the clip with 3 words. I stand this energy. Candy Burrs left a subtle but loaded comment. Sometimes silence is the loudest scream. Even Cardi B liked a tweet that said, Rasheeda did what needed to be done. But Kirk, he hadn't said anything. He was silent, ghosted. From social media, no stories, no posts, no likes, just gone. And people noticed. Fans started tagging him directly. You're not gone? Say nothing? Not even sorry? Blink twice if you still got a wife, Kirk. This man embarrassed his whole family again. And then someone did the digging. Twitter user ATLT Queen dropped a full timeline thread with screenshots, timestamps, and footage comparison. It showed that the hotel Jasmine was filmed in was the same hotel Kirk posted from during a so-called business trip just 6 weeks ago. The thread ended with he said he was in Charlotte for a meeting, but Jasmine lives 12 minutes from that same hotel. The post went viral, over 50 views in 6 hours. Production was scrambling. They had gold, but they also had a mess. Legal teams were reviewing footage. HR was worried about privacy violations, and Mona Scott Young herself allegedly stepped in with a private call to Rasheeda. Sources say Mona told her, "We support your truth, but you might have broken 6 contracts by leaking that." Rasheeda didn't care. She replied, "And how many promises did he break when y'all kept giving him redemption arcs?" Meanwhile, Jasmine finally resurfaced, not on camera, but through a leaked voice note. The voice note posted by a backup stylist who worked her last shoot was raw, unedited, and heartbreaking. You could hear Jasmine sobbing, saying, I thought he was going to choose me. I know it sounds crazy, but I believed him. He told me she was just staying for the cameras. He said they weren't even in the same bedroom anymore. I thought this was our second chance. Fans were shook. It wasn't just scandal anymore. It was manipulation. Kirk really had this girl thinking she was the main chick, when she was the backup. Plan, this isn't cheating. This is psychological warfare. Rasheeda and Jasmine are both victims of the same man. For the first time in seasons, Jasmine started to get a wave of sympathy. Not overwhelming, just a ripple. A few fans were vocal. She's still wrong. But damn, he really played both of them. Kirk ain't loyal to nobody but himself. Jasmine needs therapy, not more screen time. Still, others weren't. So kind. Jasmine's past wasn't easy to forgive. She ain't no victim. She's just mad she got exposed first. You knew what you were doing. You did it once, and you did it again. Back on set, Rasheeda kept filming solo. She did her green screen interview like a pro, sitting in her signature chair, red lip on point, hair laid, but with a coldness in her tone that nobody had seen before. He's always said, "I embarrass him when I talk too much," she said into the camera. It's funny because the only thing I'm embarrassed by is ever thinking he'd change. Then she laughed, not joyfully, but bitterly. I used to be scared of, but the most viral clapback came from Jasmine's old friend, Ari, who went live that same night and spilled some unexpected tea. I told Jasmine last year not to mess with that man again. I begged her, but he had her twisted. He told her he was going to divorce Rasheeda and take her to Mexico. She believed it, and now look, fans were stunned. Ari even alleged that Kirk had been promising Jasmine private studio time for her music career in exchange for silence. That clip blew up to dot at this point. Everything was unraveling. Cast members started choosing sides. Spice posted SMH. Loyalty really don't mean *TT to some men. While Carly Red simply commented on a Shade blog post, "A snake gone always slither." Erica Mena added fuel to the fire by tweeting, "Don't let these family men fool you. They got backup plans in every city." By the end of the day, the Rasheeda Kirk Jasmine triangle had turned into a full-blown franchise-shaking meltdown. And Rasheeda, she stayed silent. Just one post on her IG story, a selfie with no caption, number ring, and a fresh new glow. The war wasn't over. But she had just won the first round. Just when Rasheeda thought she had finally taken control of the situation, production dropped a bombshell on her. Jasmine wanted to return to set, and she wasn't coming empty-handed. Word spread like wildfire. Jasmine had something to say, something big. Cast members were buzzing, crew members were nervous, and even Mona herself was flying back into Atlanta to oversee the shoot. Everyone was wondering the same thing. What could Jasmine possibly say after that leak? Rasheeda wasn't fazed. She rolled her eyes when producers told her she wants attention. "That's it," she muttered. But when she was told that Jasmine had requested a face-to-face with her cameras rolling, she paused. "What's she trying to pull?" Rasheeda asked, crossing her arms. She said, "It's about something Kirk never told you." The producer replied, voice low. That stopped Rasheeda cold. Despite her fury, her pride, and her exhaustion, curiosity still slipped in. The meeting was set for Saturday. They cleared the studio and kept the space intimate. No audience, just the cameras, the sound team, Mona, and 2 chairs. One for Rasheeda, one for Jasmine. Jasmine walked in first. No glam, no attitude, just jeans, a white hoodie, and a stack of manila folders in her hands. Her hair was tied up, no lashes, no beat. This wasn't the Jasmine the world was used to. Rasheeda came in next, guarded and tight-lipped. Her face was beat. Her outfit was pristine, but her eyes were ice. The cameras rolled. They didn't even say, "Hello, I'm only here because you said it's about something I don't know," Rasheeda said flatly. "So say it." Jasmine took a deep breath. Her voice was shaky. "You think I was the one who recorded that hotel footage?" She started. "And I let you believe that because I thought maybe it was my karma, but I didn't send it." Rasheeda raised an eyebrow. Jasmine continued, pulling a paper from the folder. It was a copy of an email dated weeks ago. The subject line: "Use this if she starts acting up again." Attached to the email, the very video Rasheeda received. "I found this on a shared iCloud." "Folder I forgot was still active," Jasmine said. "Kirk filmed it, not me." Rasheeda took the paper, eyes narrowing. Why would he send it to someone else? Jasmine hesitated because he never planned to leave you. He just wanted insurance in case you ever tried to take everything, the house, the business, the brand. He thought if he had something to destroy you with, you'd never make a move. The air left Rasheeda's lungs. She looked at the email again. The recipient was blurred, but the context was clear. Kirk had filmed the encounter, kept it, and forwarded it not to Jasmine, but to someone else as a bargaining chip. Probably a lawyer, maybe a producer. Whoever it was, they leaked it back to Rasheeda. "Why are you showing me this now?" Rasheeda asked bitterly. Because I'm tired, Jasmine said, tears welling. I've spent years letting him use me as a pawn. I lost my reputation, my dignity, even my peace. For what? A man who only ever saw me as a tool to manipulate you. There was a long silence. Rasheeda didn't speak. Jasmine just sat there crying. And then came the real twist. Jasmine pulled out a second envelope. She slid it across the table. I didn't come back to fight you, she said. I came to tell you that I'm pregnant. Rasheeda's face went blank. No, you're lying, she said, voice trembling. I'm 10 weeks, Jasmine whispered. And it's Kirk's. The set exploded. Cameras kept rolling, but producers gasped behind the scenes. Mona's jaw dropped. Rasheeda's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't let them fall. You always had a way of making sure you stayed connected, didn't you? She hissed. I didn't plan this, Jasmine said almost in a whisper. I found out last week and I wanted to handle it quietly. But after what happened after that video, I needed you to hear it from me, not TMZ, not a blog. Rasheeda stood up. This what you do? She said, pacing. You break things. Then you come in crying and asking for understanding like you ain't the one who threw the damn match. I know, Jasmine said. I don't expect forgiveness. I just didn't want to lie anymore. That's when Rasheeda finally broke. She turned to the camera, tears now streaming down her face. He took everything from me. Everything. And now I'm supposed to sit here while this woman tells me she's having another child with my husband. She looked at Jasmine, voice shaking. You win. You finally win. But you'll see what it feels like to love someone who don't know how to love you back. Rasheeda stormed off set. The cameras stayed locked on Jasmine, who sat there crying, holding her stomach, whispering, I don't want to win. I just want peace. That night, Love and hip-hop production went into DEFCON 1. The footage was explosive, but airing a pregnancy reveal of this scale with legal implications. With cast contracts hanging by threads, Mona and VH1 knew they had ratings gold, but also real lives unraveling. Meanwhile, Elite came anyway. A blog called Love and Hip Hop. Uncut posted exclusive. Jasmine is 10 weeks pregnant with Kirk's baby. Rasheeda allegedly walked off set in tears. Drama unfolds hard. Duh. Internet shattered. Kirk got her pregnant again. Nah, he's evil. Jasmine ain't no victim now. She's the final boss. Rasheeda better leave him and go on Red Table Talk. Bye. The next morning, Fard Ida Deserves Better was trending across every major platform from Twitter threads to TikTok stitches. Fans were rallying behind her like never before. People weren't just angry. They were heartbroken. The Jasmine pregnancy bombshell had turned the entire internet upside down.